So I'll go through the product demo now. So this is the parrot service. Now what do we need to do over here is we need to input a case file over here. So what I'll do is this is a Supreme Court law researcher exam paper. So this presents an entire case file. Now what we do is we paste the entire case file over here and click on LeXploR. Now, LeXploR works as a typical legal researcher. That is, first it analyzes the case and develops an initial hypothesis. Now, based on the initial hypothesis, it then researches various legal information, that is, statutes and judgments. Now, based on these accumulated research information, it develops a critique of the hypothesis. And based on the critique, it then updates the hypothesis. Now, this is an iterative process leading to draft of a well-reasoned legal memo. Now, after once the initial hypothesis is drafted, it proceeds to researching various judgments and statutes. So so this is the proprietary knowledge base that we have created from the judgments and the statutes database. So this is how all of the judgments and statutes are stored. So what the agentic AI does is it actually guides the search process on this knowledge graph. For example, it may click on this, it may choose to read this case law, and then these are the various legal concepts associated with this case law. We have extracted these legal concepts using gradient summary and concept relationship extraction methods, and these are also based on the citation networks. Now, just as a typical legal researcher, this goes on to read more and more case laws by opening up the relationships like this. Now, this is being powered by Neo4j Graph Vector Database, and for the agentic AI model, we are using Anthropic Core Claude for the planning part. We are using OpenAI 4o Mini for the analysis and drafting part, and we are using Google Gemini for the search guiding process. Now, once that is all done, in the right side, we'll see an extensive legal research. That is a list of statutes and judgments. That is the legal information that is required to address this legal dispute in this case file. Now, and in the left side, we are seeing a legal memo. A legal memo is a first glance for any legal professional for a case. Now, this involves critical three sections. The first one is the issues involved. It lists all the issues that are particularly to be addressed in this legal dispute. Second, it involves an extensive discussion reasoning section. And at last, it involves a concise conclusion section. Now, the discussion reasoning section uh, is an extensive section that is grounded in legal sources. That is, anything that it analyzes and reasons will be based upon authoritative and credible legal sources. That is, judgments or statutes. We can also actually verify the citations just by uh, viewing the case laws. For example, Everest advertising. I can just click on this from the legal research, and on the right side we can see the entire case text of the case law that I've clicked, and on the left side I've developed a short summary of the case law. And in the short summary, one section is being highlighted for a quick reference for the legal professional, and even in the case text, that is the actual judgment text, some paragraphs are being highlighted for quick glance of the for the legal professional, so as to convenient his process. Now, once the legal professional maybe goes about some of the legal research mentioned in the legal research section and the sections in the memo, then this is the workspace. Now, the workspace is a legal expert catered to the domain of the legal information carved out by these sources in this knowledge base. So, this is an expert expert legal assistant catered to this particular case. Now, what I can do is I can ask, as a legal professional, I can ask specific questions to this model and and it may help me do my works. For example, I can ask it to develop a legal opinion based on this. So this is asking the model to draft a legal opinion based on this case for the clients Amit and Namita. So how this system will respond to this query is, it will first start to think think as to how to address this query. And once it does with the thinking part, and only then it will start to actually draft the final legal opinion. So once the thinking has been done and the legal opinion has been drafted, so this is the legal opinion. Even all of these responses that we ask in the workspace will be grounded in most authoritative legal sources, that is the statutes and the judgments. So this is the most differentiator. That is the general legal general AI and other AI products suffer mostly in this aspect. That is responses being grounded in authoritative sources and the credibility of the citations. And this is what we are. That is what this is what we are best upon, because the accuracy of citations of this system is 100%. That is, any citation that the system will cite would be relevant and would exist, because and it is also very easy to verify it. For example, we can see Raghu Lakshmanan case, so we can just go into here, and then yeah, so we can read the relevant paragraphs of the judgments in the right section, and the relevant section of the summary in the left section.